Hello everybody, I'm Bill Dance and you're watching Outdoors in the Bluegrass.
Well, we just made it to the boundary of our new hunting property. We're going to go in and start scouting. We saw some deer as soon as we crossed into the road that leads us to the boundary, not a quarter mile up. So that's positive. That's positive. Let's go check it out.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? So I told you that we were going to start doing some kind of like a multiple part series of what we do to get ready for hunting season. The other day I showed you a little bit about a new trail cam that we got in. We're actually going to go put it up in the woods today. We're out scouting, so that's what today is about. It's about early season scouting. It's the first week of August. Bow season doesn't start for another month on September 2nd. So there's still a lot of green and coverage everywhere. So that's something you got to think about. And so this early in the season, what we're going out to look for today is we're going to start looking for paths, right? We're going to start looking for paths that are broken up, where we can see a predominantly traveled area by deer, and then we start looking for additional signs, which at this part of the year is going to be hoof tracks and scat. Yeah. You're not going to see a lot of rubs and scrapes. You might see some from last year, but what we're going to do is we're going to scout out where we want to hunt today, looking for those key features in this new property area that we haven't hunted before.
Nope.
And we're going to try and see if we can set some stuff up. We got some stuff to put down, a little special deer attractant, which will be another segment to come up before long. So let's get things started, and we'll see you out there in the woods. Now, as we've walked down through here, we've definitely noticed some areas where there's been some deer traffic. But we found our heaviest crossing off this main path, which they'll walk, right through here where you see Chad walking. It was all beat down right between these cedar trees. So we've got that taken care of. I think this is where we're going to make our cross and continue to scout, looking for additional signs of which direction to go next. And whenever we change direction or make a little bit of a venture, we use this marking tape tied to a tree. It's non-adhesive. It's biodegradable. It's the good stuff. It doesn't hurt nobody, but we try to take it down when the season's up. But we'll use it to mark the tree so we know when we come back exactly where to go, because as the leaves start to fall and everything, it changes and you forget where you're at.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Alright, so we came in, we hung left, following paths, going through this little cleared area right over here. And we came to a good spot where I kind of want to take a moment. And the reason being is because as we bend this tree where two fields connect, it is obviously a highway. There's paths going in every direction. So, and it's a break in between 4 different tree lines, 3 different fields, and a flat field in between the tree lines. You've got your tree coverage, you got tall grass on each side, which will eventually go away, and you've got a small rock bed creek that runs right here. So because of all that, I've marked this area. Now we're going to put our nose to the ground in probably maybe a 100-yard circle and see if we can start to notice any other signs if they sit here for a little bit. See if we can find some hoof prints, some bedding spots, some scat, or something like that. So we've marked this area. We're going to put our nose to the ground and see exactly if we can find some additional stuff to say we need to set up camp here. Well, the ground's super hard. We're walking this creek bed. Chad found a print. I found a couple back up that way that looked like prints, but it was just hard to tell as hard as the ground was. Now we're looking for some scat, because I'm telling you, that's going to be a determination of whether I keep moving or not. Because that means they sit still for a couple minutes. Alright, so back up a little bit from the intersection that we showed you before. You can see where the water rushes out of this Krill Creek. It comes up here. Let's wash some brush up. There's a lot of acorn trees around here. A lot of fallen acorns. Those are probably last year's acorns. All rotted up. I think they're going to be eating here. They're going to be making their way around here. So we're going to keep looking. See what we can find. Figure out our best spot and point of angle, pinch points. I think we found a couple already. We just ain't made up our mind. Alright, still no scat, but we have found what looks so dead on to it from what I've seen last year is a bedding area in this tall grass. Probably been bedding down some fawns. You see some smaller circled beds over there, some larger, straighter beds here with doe and buck laying down. And then the other intersection over here where we first walked in and showed you where the creek bed lies, I think there's 2 points you can sit at, and Depends on which way the deer's walking, whether that's a good place to sit that deer or not. But there's also a good pinch point right here off this tree line that is number 4 of the 4 tree lines in between 2 of the 4 fields. Yeah, let's go check it out. All right. So we've scouted this area. We've got all the signs we need. We got paths, we found tracks, we found a source of food that's already here. Got the acorns, plenty of forage to eat on right now. Found some beds. No deer scat, but the grass is so tall, everything's grown up so much right now. I mean, you got to remember it's just the very beginning of August. We're basically hoping right now that A, we just randomly spot it in the tall grass, or B, they decided to drop a deuce right in one of the bare spots we're looking at. So I still think they're here. There's enough evidence to support it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find a couple spots where we might want to hunt. We already found a couple. I'm thinking more towards this area back over here. It's further away, the entrance of the land we're hunting. Now we got to find a place to put the trail cam. All right, so we found a little area. I think it's the best place to put some of our attractant down and the trail camera to see if this general vicinity is holding deer traffic. So we're getting ready to put down some bluegrass bucks attractant and nutrients, which we tried last year. Is awesome. The Apple Frenzy, I think is what it's called. And then we're going to also put down the Outdoors in the Bluegrass Cherry Apple Raisin Bomb Special that so many of you have been commenting on and using and saying it works. We're going to put some of that down too. And we're going to leave the camera here for a week and see what happens.
That's the apple acorn.
All right, now we got some of this, my old shirt, Under Armour, thank you, but it had a rip in it, so now it's getting repurposed. Now we're going to put some of this scent on it and start hanging it around the perimeter. All right, grab that fresh dirt one.
Fresh dirt don't hurt.
All right. The other good thing about hanging these is later on, as it gets closer to rut, you can come back to all these that you hung, and you can put new scent on them if you need it as time goes on. But I'll take some estrus doe urine and start spreading it on these as it gets a little bit closer towards the rut. So then you start getting the estrus smell in your area, bringing in the big bucks. All right, we're done. So like I said, I think this is a good spot. We got everything set up the way we want it. A couple trail cams, got some nutrients and some attractants down, got our scents covered, got our flags up so we know how to get back and forth. So this is our little series of what we're doing to get ready for hunting. And this is one of the things we did: the trail cam unboxing and introduction the other day, and now we've done our scouting and set up for a hunting area that we'll come back to on opening weekend, September 2nd. That's right, baby. We'll be out here. Now stay tuned. We're going to give you some pictures from the trail cams. We're going to come back and check it in a week and see what we find. And then we're also going to give you some more series on what we do on getting ready for hunting. We're going to show you sighting in our bows, getting our guns set up for gun season, getting them sighted in and cleaned and tuned up with modern Spartan Systems chemistry. We've got all kinds of other stuff that we're going to do. We're going to show you how to make the attractant again. That's right. That's right. And then we'll get some other things in that shows you what we do get ready for hunting, getting all of our gear ready, our clothes, scent control, and all that ready, how we prep it and hold it. And that's about it for right now. We appreciate you watching. Yeah. Check back with us so you see how things are going before opening weekend starts. And as always, we'll see you next time, baby, on Outdoors in the Bluegrass.